Joe, when you have a measuring stick game like this and it goes the way it did, is there any danger that self-doubt creeps in for the team?
No, I just think we have to find some solutions right now. I think that we've shown in Edmonton that we played it well enough to beat them there. We've played against some of the top teams in the league, and we've played well. That was not the case tonight. They were certainly playing at a higher level than we were right from the drop of the puck. They won the majority of races to pucks. They were quicker to us. They won more one-on-one battles. We pretty much got what we deserved here tonight because of the way we played.
Joe, the slot coverage that kind of haunted you in Toronto came back tonight. What is kind of the key to, fixing that?
Well, having your head on a swivel. I mean, we have, the puck sails through 2 or 3 people, their sticks. So it's just recognizing where the danger is. Have your head on a swivel and make sure that you're protecting that area. We didn't do a good enough job of protecting our goalie tonight, not even close.
Joe, down front here. You mentioned finding solutions. Where does that search for solutions start?
Keeping the puck out of our net, number one. Again, I go back to the same thing that we've preached since day one is how we have to play. And there's an identity, and we're not doing that right now. There's a game plan. We didn't execute the game plan tonight, and you see what happened. But we have to find some solutions within our team, and that's the next step for us.
Coach, Jeremy's had a bit of an up and down season, but how frustrating is it for you when he puts forth one of his better efforts and you guys can't capitalize on that?
Yeah, I just said we didn't do a good enough job of protecting the goaltender tonight, so that's on us.
Joe, Lindholm seems last couple of games to amp up his physical game a little bit. Just what do you think of that aspect of his game the last couple?
Well, I mean, we like that. We'd like to see more of that from other guys too, not just Lindholm.
Joe, with the 2 goals that come from below the line, do you want guys to pressure that guy behind the net when he has the puck?
Well, I think you try to flush him out one side, and then we have to do a better job. Our stick details, the puck sailing right through with a strong post there. And again, stick details, stick the puck, and then obviously the winger's doing a good job of collapsing in the slot there when those pucks come from below the goal line. Just, again, it's just a breakdown and not able to execute the coverage.
Where do you begin with this one as to what went wrong?
They wanted more. It's pretty simple. I think it was kind of a lack of urgency. A lot of things that kind of are embarrassing to say right now. So they just wanted more.
Charlie, what's the identity you think right now?
It's something that we need to work on. Clearly, we know it's in here. We've seen it. We've shown it. This last little stretch, though, we swayed away from it for whatever reason that is.
How do you get back to it?
Starts tomorrow. Starts tomorrow in practice. We need a hard practice, and we need to work on our execution. We need to work on the way we know how to play, the way we have to play, and we really need to bear down on that. It's kind of simple as that. We just stray away from our game plan and what we do, what makes us a good team, and it bites us in the behind, So we know the way we need to play. We have to go and do it.
When the team goes through a little bit of offensive struggles like it did at the beginning of the road trip, does that play into maybe swaying away from the defensive mentality a little bit, trying to score a little bit more? Does that play into it at all?
Sometimes it can. I think naturally you can kind of sway away, but we played hockey for a long time. The good teams correct that and see things slipping, right? And we need to do a better job of that and identifying that and making sure we're doing the right things. And it's never going to be a perfect season. No team plays perfect. Every team has lulls, but we got to stop the bleeding quicker here, and we can't let it seep in game after game like that with this little stretch going on right now. But as we talked about, tomorrow practice, we've had a lot of practices now in this last little bit. We got to use that to our advantage, and it starts there.
Charlie, you guys have had a couple of lulls like this season. What specifically gives you the confidence that you can get out of it and get back on the right track?
Because we've seen it. We've seen what we're capable of. We've shown it. There's no question it's in here. We know that. But when you have these games, like I kind of probably echo again right now, we have to stop that bleeding quicker. And every game's not going to be perfect. There's going to be mistakes. What do you do about it? Like, we need that next line to go out and sway it the right way. I don't have to go out and score. Scoring's not a problem right now. There's so much more than that. It's our game plan and trying to execute, playing the right way. Like, we give up how many opportunities to that team? And they're a pretty highly offensive team that are going to make you pay. If you turn the puck over, they're going to make you pay, and they had way too many opportunities tonight. So it's not the scoring thing. It's the details of the game and the way that we need to play to make us successful. And we've played that way before, and we've seen what it does for us. So it's there. We have to buy into that more and more every day.
When do you feel like it started, when you started to see this?
It's hard to pinpoint one specific play, game, whatever it is. Sometimes you win games and your game slips, and it can kind of overshadow it, right? But when you're losing, you see it right away. And we haven't won a game in the last however many, right? So there's something there, there's something missing, and it's the details of our game and the way we need to go out and execute and play, and we haven't done nearly a good job of that.
Trent, is there something missing? You mentioned that they wanted it more. Is there something missing in this team's ability to have enough desire off them enough?
No, we've seen it. Like, we've shown it. We have it. We have the team to do that. It's just about going out and doing it night after night and being consistent with it. Starts with the first shift, whoever's out there, and it's up to that next line to go out and sway it the right way. When they have a push, we hold them. We let the fight another day. Next line goes out. Let's play in their end. It's very simple things. I think a lot of times when things aren't going your way, you can overanalyze it and overthink. But when things go to, they're not going your right way, you go back to basics. We've been taught that since we were mites. Go back to the basics, play more simple, put the puck in, go get it, outwork them, win your battles. Good things usually happen when you do that.
Charlie, with the Eastern Conference, it's only halfway through the season, but with the Eastern Conference being so tight right now, is there a sense of urgency to be one of those teams to be in the playoffs right now?
Well, not right now, because the playoffs aren't until another 41 games or whatever the how many games left. Do we want to get as many points as we can to set ourselves up? Of course, but you got to focus day to day. We can't look down the road where we are in the standings right now. We got to go into each day, whether it's a practice, whether it's a game, and earn that day. Tomorrow in practice, we got to go out and have a great practice, and we have to get better. We have to go over some things. We got to fine tune some things, and then whenever that next game is, we go and hit that and outwork that team. And there's only 2 points up for grabs every night, right? So we got to focus on that, focus on the task at hand. Don't look too far ahead. Same thing in the game. You can't go and focus on trying to score, trying to win the game right away. Focus on your shift, win your shift, outwork, and go to the next play.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the idea. Just thinks I got a penalty on that, so I didn't really kind of work out that way. Yeah, that's kind of it. Not much more to it.
Yeah.
You guys at a point right now you're hunting for things to get you going, especially the way that game was going?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we played our style of hockey the way this team's built. It's hard to get in a running gun with a team like that, where that's the game they want to play, and we just play right into their hands, and we're not going to win many games playing like that and not playing our style and not playing the game plan we had lined up for us today.
What does it feel like is preventing you from getting to your style?
I mean, I think that's a question we're trying to figure out. I think I don't know exactly. I don't have the answer for that, to be honest.
Is the mentality now just kind of getting back to basics and just outworking teams and getting back to the simple thing?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, this game's behind us. Just go have good practice tomorrow. Have good intense practice. We don't get many times. We haven't had many opportunities to practice lately, so go have a great practice. And we're gonna have our moms with us, so that's gonna help. And go play as hard as we can against Tampa and play a better game than we just did, and try to get 2 points.
What's your mom think when you fight?
She doesn't that's part of it. Yeah, she's used to it.
A lot of disappointment, embarrassed. Yeah, a lot. I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, frustration. Yeah, a lot of things.
Charlie Coyle mentioned that there was a lack of urgency. Did you feel that? And if there was, I mean, how do you explain it with, coming in on a 4-game losing streak and seeing, one of the best teams in the league?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a good answer. There was a lot of things that wasn't going good for us tonight. There was a little, lack of compete and stuff like that. You mentioned four-game losing streak and obviously, we weren't even close tonight. We were lucky we were down 3-0. Yeah, it's tough. I think obviously we got to regroup, practice good tomorrow, and be ready for a tough road trip.
Elias, you've gone through lulls like this before. What gives you the confidence that you guys can get out of this slump and get back on the right track?
I mean, we've seen it a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, just before the break. I thought we played some good hockey. I think since the break we start slipping a little bit. Our details are, we start cheating and so on, and pretty soft to play against. So I mean, there's a lot of things that we need to fix. I mean, like I said, I think just 2 weeks ago, I think we were playing pretty good hockey, and so it's there. Just gotta regroup and have a good practice and be ready.
Oh, I mean, we played them in Edmonton and competed very well against them. Probably should have won that game. We didn't have our best game tonight. We obviously haven't been our best since break. We've kind of gotten away a little bit from the way that we were playing to have success, and so we just have to get back to playing that same way. We played into their hands tonight. They are an incredible transition team and played into that a bit. So we just have to be smarter about the way that we want to attack games. And we coach put a game plan together. We didn't execute it the way that we should have. So yeah, we just have to get back to the same commitment and effort that we had before the break, and we'll be fine.
When you have the beginning of the road trip, you guys struggled a little bit to score goals. Can that translate into what we've seen the last few games, where there's been defensive slippage, where maybe trying to loosen things up to score a little bit more and you get away from some of the defensive?
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't need to score a lot of goals to win games. We need, the way we've always tried to win is to be really good defensively, and then we need to be comfortable in 2-1 games, 1-0 games, and we're getting away from that a bit. We are definitely forcing the offense at the wrong areas and the wrong times, and it's backfiring, and we're not playing tight enough defensively. So with that combination, it's a recipe for disaster, and that's kind of what's happened. So it's on us to play a better brand of hockey the way that we were before the break. It's in here. We've shown that we can do it. We just have to get back to that.
Brad, who's the way you want to play? How do you feel like it's the best way to get back to your game? How's the best way to get back to those details?
It's always been simplifying for us, competing and working first and foremost, and being really tight defensively. When we play like that, we transition, we create offense from that, and eventually we just kind of wait for teams to break. So again, we're getting away from that a little bit. We're opening it up, and that's just not how we're built. So we have to be a lot better defensively.
Brad, when you guys have to play that tight defense, is it hard to keep that up over a full regular season?
It's not. No, you just have to be committed to it. And sometimes, with the break, you kind of it can throw you off, throw you to rhythm. So it's just about getting it back. And we haven't had a lot of practice time. You can get some of those habits back in practice, kind of reset a bit. So we have to do more.
With the season only being halfway over, is it too soon to be paying attention to the standings? The Eastern Conference being as tight as it is?
I mean, the year St. Louis won, they were last in the league at the end of this January, so no. You always understand, we understand the situation we're in, and we understand we can't give points away, and we need to do better, but I don't think we look at where we're at and panic by any means. We're not that far out of moving up in our position in our division. So it's all about. And then you look at the teams that we're playing in the next little bit. So we need to be better for sure. We cannot continue to slip and give points away with the position we're in. We're not panicking by any means.